This place is called COLNE Cemetery, C-O-L-N-E. I'm going to have a wander around a bit later on, but first I'm going to find a cafe. Right now I'm in a sort of town square with a few interesting shops. It is a little bit busy in the main road, but around the town square there are some historic buildings that are well worth looking at. I like the place. The place seems to have grown in size since the last time I came here. This must be one of the older sections. Each particular door, the lintels above each door is, I'm taking to be 5 foot. The way they used to make them in the old days. More time is needed. That's correct. I really could do to have a rest and come back. My feet are killing me.
For a treat.
You're in for a treat. Oh, dearie me. Oh no. I don't believe this. Sarah Ann. What is it with that name? First grave I come to. It's a big place. Where do I start? I try not to focus on the word Sarah or the name Sarah, but it's always there. Sarah and Mary. Well, that's an interesting gravestone. Be careful not to fall down a hole. No name plaque. Oh yes, there is. James Hotwood. Hello, James Hotwood of COLNE. Died in 1889. And Mary. What I'm aiming to do today is that I want to focus on one particular grave, any grave, stone, and see if I can pick anything up. I don't believe this. And number 3. I've got somebody with me since I came through the gate, but my legs are so sore from walking a lot this morning. It's hard to focus. Hello, Joseph Shoesmith. That's a nice name. Oh, it's hard to put my feet down. And there we've got James, Harry and Maggie. And James and Emma Riley, the grandchildren of the above, who died in infancy. Oh bless. Hate to read things like that. Gentle, yeah, I am having to go gentle because my ankles are sore. Oh, I don't believe it. 1, 2. I've just come out to the last graveyard in a different church, and it clocked up 30 Sarahs. And there you go, a Mary there. Sarah's and Mary. I don't know why, it's part of my life. Wherever I go to cemeteries, they jump out at me. Other names don't seem to do that. Gosh, somebody is with me. Kind of created. He's saying elaborate. Which means he was gifted at building. And I'm also understanding that it's not like these days when they build something, they do them very quick. Because the people who own the building sites and the building firms, they want them done as fast as possible. he was kind of saying it's not like that in his day. I'm getting the word craft. I understand what he's talking about. You were a craftsman. The only word that I understand, it says wide, and it is wide. It is very wide. So as I said, usually I've got to wait and see what comes up on the necrometer app, and I have to interpret what I'm feeling. 81st year. Good on you. 81st year. Also, Minnie Sarah, their daughter, died aged 3 years. Strange because just to my left I saw a child all white, in spirit, dressed all white, and only a few feet away there's a child here. One aged 6 weeks, one aged 3 years. Excuse me, I'm trying not to step on you. Gotta be careful, there are holes.
Interference.
Interference, yes, it does interfere with my walking. I'm now asking my spirit app to guide me to something that's beneficial for my purpose. I'm getting something here about died of the chills, like pneumonia. I'm hearing the word tissue, like pneumonia. Reintroduction, yes, it is a reintroduction. My second attempt of coming around here. By Robert Crawshaw. This gravestone I like. Simple, effective. Isabella. Christian. Are you meaning you were a Christian, or is that the name Christian? If anything I ask Spirit to do that's coming through this Spirit app is to be more specific. I didn't see that. No. That must be the 8th that I've come across. One of the things I got when I was sitting in the cafe, I was shown a switch, and also a male in kind of Victorian black waistcoat and black trousers. So I'm taking that individual, and the vision of a switch would mean that they're switching spirit guides. They're having a changeover, or they did give me a changeover. That's what my interpretation of a switch, and then seeing a male individual as simply a changeover that they usually do. I don't know if I'm picking up residue down here. I'm seeing a few, unless it's actually happening. I'm seeing just a few spirit individuals, and I'm being given the word having a kick around and a kind of a game of football. But there aren't many that I'm seeing. 3 or 4, 5, 6. 6. What did I just say? 3 or 4 or 5, and the spirit app comes up with 6. That tells me that it's working on the numbers that I'm picking up and seeing. You can't deny that when it comes up with stuff that interacts with what's coming out of you, what you're seeing. 6. one of the other things, I actually heard a whistle, but I know there's a whistle over there coming from a working machine, but it wasn't. It was a definite fingers in the mouth whistle. I hope the sound, there is no breeze here, but I hope the sound is, or the sound quality is a lot better than it was. I'm going to take a look over here because there's 2 military graves. See what they're about. Why are you buried so far away from the rest, might I add?
No.
Nope. I might see what I mean. I just said why and might I add and asking a question, and it's come up nope.
Step closer.
Step closer. I am. That's exactly what I'm doing. Hello, driver Allensby. Yeah, Royal Army Service Corps. 31st of March 1918. I'm hearing I was killed in action. Brought back.
Untimely death.
Untimely death. You see how it interacts with what I'm saying? Killed in action, that will be an untimely death.
Smash.
Peace to you and bless you. See who we have over here. Private T. Smith, Yorkshire. Would that be Yorkshire Regiment? October 1916. I was proud of my service, and I'm also hearing like brothers in arms. It's nice to see you guys.
Burn here.
Yeah, Royal Army Service Corps. Some people may poo-hoo clairvoyance, but when you start hearing and seeing things that are not natural or unnatural to your own mode of thought, your own thinking process, your own feelings, they kind of come right out of the blue. You could be thinking of one thing and suddenly something pops into your head that has nothing to do with what you were actually thinking about. That's when you're tuning yourself in. Oops, falling down a hole. The fog conceals it, yes, it would do. And then you find yourself going over. There's another one. This looks relatively new. Oh, aye, this was my regiment.
Part of the land.
Gunner Story, Royal Artillery, 1947, age 37. If I can tune into you, what can you show me what it was that took you? Explosion. Obviously, if you're in the army, you're near explosions and bullets. This one looks like wood.
I don't know.
I don't know. What don't you know? Richard Robinson of Primet Hill, Cologne. Cologne in Europe.
Blasphemous.
Blasphemous. William Crossley. That's interesting for me to see. Elizabeth, his wife, who died 1892, then he was remarried, and she died at 48th year and was interred at Barker House Church, and then also Martha Ann, his second wife. Oh, that's interesting. Married twice. This is Luke Dyson, shuttle maker. Died in 1853. Also Susanna, relic, there's that word again, relic of the above name Luke Dyson. I've got to try and get my head round that. hollowed out tree. Not really. Tree, yes, that's correct. Or bush. Hello, James Moore, and also James Arthur, his son. Died in 1867. 86 days, oh bless. Elizabeth Carter. Whoa, I'm falling.
Yes.
Yes, I'm falling, yes. This is elaborate.
In the fine print.
Fine print, yes. It does have fine print. Joseph and Francis Lambert, 1862, aged 8 months. Rennie was the name, if that's how you pronounce it. Eliza Jane, born in 1860, died in 1938. Memory of Robert, son of William and Elizabeth Varley. Another one in 1861, died in the 18th year of his age. But I'm deviating from what I aim to come and test out.
Immortal soul. Your friend.
I don't know if I've already come. No, I've come down the other side. This is obviously the earlier section because they're all old grave headstones, where in the back they're small.
I'm on the land.
I just love the name Charlotte, daughter of Francis and Margaret Greenwood. Charlotte for me is typifies pretty, being pretty. This hill must be 45 degrees or thereabouts. It's not easy to walk up. There's that name Relic again. Does that mean you're living with somebody but are not actually married? I must find out more about why they put Relic. Because it's warm. I'm feeling very thirsty.
Anesthetist.
Anesthetist? Who is? To the member of the Quran Lodge of the Independent Order of Oddfellows. Oh my, I haven't heard that. My father was in something that was similar to that. In commemoration of his faithful services in the above society for upwards of 28 years. Oddfellows. I've heard of the word Oddfellows. George Marmaduke Moore, son of John Spencer. There's a name for you. Marmaduke. Halfway up. When you're only halfway up, you're only halfway down. There's another trooper. Is that the Cameron Islanders? Rifles. hill is a little bit steep for my little weary legs. I call your name.
Intrusive intuition.
Sun's quite strong. Some nice Victorian gravestones.
That's on this day.
I remember the time when I was going through changes in my life. I used to go into graveyards and spend on a night time, I might add, in the dark obviously, and spend a lot of time sitting. And what I was saying to whoever was listening, like in spirit, that I'm more at peace with the dead than I am with the living. Always have been. That's all to do with empathy and clairvoyance. You will. You mean you're going to do it again?
19.
That's an interesting military number. 345670. I still remember my number, military number. Died in 1943. 25, I think. Whoa. You know, you got hit by a pigeon. I'm not going all the way back down to the bottom. This hill is steep. Cricket. Cricket anyone? I've had that before. I'm hearing the word cricket anyone? Now that's different because I'm being shown clothing that is not modern. I'm being given heavy duty, and I'm also being given, they have no idea, which means that to me I'm interpreting that as in those days they had no idea of technology and things that are made a lot lighter and also can keep you warm. But in those days, gosh, the clothes of the early years were heavy duty. There's one over there.
Good times.
They've just filled in the grave, the workers, so I won't interfere in that section. I'll respect it. Interesting design. That must be 45. But I have to admit that the day's routine before I came here was quite challenging, and I am somewhat tired. Labour Corps? I've never heard of Labour Corps. He died in 1919, age 23. Like Joseph Crabtree. Let's see if I can call back and see you guys later on. Here lieth all that is mortal of Martha, wife of John Halstead of COLNE, who departed this life 18th day of December 1829, aged 60 years. Also of Joseph their son, who was barbarously murdered in the 44th year of his age, while engaged in his duty as special constable during a riot which took place in this town on the evening of the 10th of August 1840, and he left 4 orphan children to lament their loss. Bless. Murdered. Peace to you now. Peace.